What's going on, guys? Today we are working on the 240. It's been a little while, but 240's having some issues that I talked about in the last video where we were breaking up in boost, and we actually had that issue where the spark plug in cylinder number 2 was broken, and we still had the issue after fixing it. And I want to compression test it just to make sure, just to like clear my head, because I'm just like thinking like, if it's like, what am I gonna do? Well, I mean, I know what I'm gonna do. I have a spare motor in the back over there, so we can always just throw that in, worst case scenario. But at the same time, I have plans for that motor, so I kind of want to keep it how it is for a while and not really have to use it yet. So today we're going to compression test it, and we're also going to test another theory that I have about what is possibly going on. So here's the compression tester. It's just a standard regular compression tester. I'm just running it from AutoZone while we do this. My other theory involves this whole setup here. That setup is the CX Racing LS coil pack like bracket kit for RBs, and I noticed that when I ran it and I put the cover on, it messed up some of the harness wires. So that could be my issue as well, so we're going to take a look at that and fix it if we need to. But right now, those are the two things that we are going to look at. So a little bit of a sad moment here, but I think it's safe to say that the RB has, I don't know, it's just not healthy right now. We had a lot of good times. I love this motor, but she finally let go. So you guys saw the numbers. In case you couldn't really read them, I'll have them listed right here. None of them are good. It's just all bad. So what we're gonna do is we are going to warm the car up, get it to operating temp, compression test it again, see if the numbers change, see if they get any better. I don't have a whole lot of hope in this, but I figured let's just give it a shot and see. So if you couldn't tell what the numbers were, I will have them up here. The car was at roughly 160 degrees Fahrenheit for the coolant temp, which is where it normally is when I would be driving it. Because I have the 160 degree thermostat, I don't have the OEM 180 anymore. On the plus side, when it's hot, it's consistent, so they're all between 130 and 135, which is low, but it's consistent. There's not a good chance of this being true, what I'm about to say, but there could be an issue with this. It was sometimes reading as low as 95 and as high as 145, and like you can see, it does that. It could have, because at one point it actually prevented the needle from going up higher, and I had to redo that test. Well, that sucks. So I just passed all the information that I got from the compression test around to some people to see what they thought, waiting on responses. I don't really know what to do in the meantime, so I'm just going to put it back together to where if I need to drive it, I can. Because it still drives, it's just that above like 10 to 14 psi, it's different. Sometimes it's good at 10, sometimes it's not. It starts to break up a boost, and then at low RPM below 3000, it's pretty much, there's no power at all. But if something ever happened and I needed to drive it, then I would still be able to, just not really beat on it. Okay, well, she's all back together. I took the air filter off just so you guys can, see the turbo spin, because that's always nice. I really love this turbo. We can just give it another spin. Look at that. That's not bad for a journal bearing. But anyways, unfortunately, this has been a very sad video. I don't know, guys. I had some plans with the other spare motor. They may or may not still work, because technically I could use this as the spare motor, have the plans for this motor, rebuild it the way I wanted to with the other motor. That might be a thing in the future. So as of right now, I haven't heard back from anybody, so things may change. What we're gonna do is we're going to take apart the spare motor, double check everything, clean everything, because it definitely needs to be cleaned, because it's got like overspray over most of the motor, so we gotta just clean all that off. And then we're going to throw in the ARP head studs that it came with, and we're going to transfer all this stuff onto that motor, throw it in the 240, and we should be solid for a while. And then we can have some fun with the motor that's in the 240 for what I initially wanted the spare motor to be. Before we finish the video, I just want to show you the spare motor. It's an RB20. It's the same thing that's in my Skyline and my 240. It's been rebuilt. It has, everything is marked underneath. It has the lines, like after they torqued them and they marked the line to see if it moved or not. It has that on all the bolts. That I'm gonna do ARP everything just because I want this car to be reliable. So stay tuned for that content. In the meantime, we're just gonna do stuff with the Skyline. I'm gonna go to meets. We're gonna go to cruises and events and stuff like that. But thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.